Hello and welcome back to the Who See podcast with me, Phil. And on this episode, well, I'm going to be flying solo because I'm doing a solo audio commentary for an episode that I think that it probably deserves a little bit of reappraisal, mainly from myself. Really, it's been reappraised by plenty of others, but I think it's my turn to do the same. And well, I'm going to look at Fear Her. From Series 2 of Doctor Who, starring David Tennant and Billie Piper. Now, for those of you can remember, this one was set during the Olympics. It had a village of, or sort of like a street of disappearing children. Had quite a good premise, but at the time I didn't feel it sort of lived up to that, really. It had an interesting and scary sort of story there, which didn't really go anywhere. It ended up being a sort of lot of soppy, saccharine mush at the end. So, that's what I thought back in 2006, whenever the hell it was. Well, let's see if I think the same thing again. So there's going to be no news this week. No Paul either, no Scott, it's just me yakking my way through this particular story. I'm also recording this for the Who See podcast video channel on YouTube as well. So you can also watch me watching this at the same time if you so wish. There's going to be no little clips in there either because I'll get absolutely fed up with loads of copyright content claims and so on and so on. So there you are. So it's just going to be looking at me watching the screen and commenting all the way through. So with without further ado then, well, let's get into it. But if you want to watch along at home, I'm going to be pressing play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and play. And here we go. Oh, London 2012 banners, which I don't recall seeing above anyone's street. But there you are. Very nice, safe, middle-class street. I don't know where the hell this is supposed to be. It certainly ain't London. Okay, missing children. Oh, and here we have the child of the piece, Chloe Webber. Oh, and Edna Dorr. Sadly no longer with us. Most famous for EastEnders, really. Was it Mighty Mo, I think she was called? Oh, okay, she's... And Nina Sosana. I once saw Nina Sosana. I can't say her name properly. Let's try again, shall we? Nina Sosana. I saw her in Blackheath once on my way to work. I don't know if she was living around there or was appearing in a play or something locally. It's happening again. That's what Will said. In left, turn left. Now I don't think the actress playing Chloe Webber, looking up the name there, Abisola Agbaji, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm sorry if I haven't. I don't think she's appeared in anything since. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Now, it's never really explained. I don't think it's explained at the end how she gets this drawing ability to draw fast like that. It must be something to do with the alien inside her, I think. Such a long time I've not watched this. See, that's creepy. That is creepy. The picture coming to life. Now that's a see, it had potential. This had potential. Anyway, I'm going through the credits, so let's go through a few facts about this. And so, this episode was first released the 24th of June in 2006. It was written by Matthew Graham and directed by Euros Lyn. And yeah, I expected better from both, really, Matthew Graham and Euros Lyn. Makes you wonder if this got watered down. Anyway, here we go. The TARDIS. Immediate play for comedy. Nice idea that the TARDIS materialises when they can't open the doors, but So I'm looking at my phone as I'm doing this. Now, as we're setting the scene here, this is now apparently this if this is true, this was to replace the missing Stephen Fry story, and it had to be inexpensive, and it's certainly that. I think by that point I'd kind of had enough of housing estates. Yeah, this is when the Doctor and Rose were insufferable, and I think this is why I kind of dislike this story, because they were insufferable. They were so smug at this point. I know that's to my mind there is a reason behind it, because it all falls apart into this series for the pair of them. How do you know that we're looking at one person, Rose? So skipping to someone's front garden. So I've got the cat here as well. So if you hear any noises or me looking off camera, that's why. Actually, we've got a house full of cats, but that's another story. Oh dear. I'm not engaged with it. You're just watching someone push a car. It's not really. Do you know what I mean? It's just not really grabbing me, even now. I know you have a little bit of scene setting, but Dame Kelly Holmes Close, it says the back there. I don't know if that was a thing, or did they start naming Rose after 2012? I don't know. See what I mean? Smug. The Doctor is smug in this. I don't know if this guy's been anything else, actually. Is it Abdul Salis? I'm just looking up. Oh, of course, he was in Casualty, but I don't know if he's been anything after this, really. I'm just having a quick look at his entry. No, not a lot, actually. No. After this, there's not a lot been shown up, unfortunately. I think the thing that does this for me, if the police, if they said they've reported all of these missing children to the police, there will be a national outcry, and the road will probably be blocked off, and police everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's people like him. I don't know if that's a racist thing or. Mm, yeah, okay. See, they're playing it. I don't know. I'm still, even at this stage, it's almost been sort of played for comedy, but it's such a serious thing with children going missing. I don't think. Oh, I don't know. Don't know. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. Yeah, see again, playing for comedy. The doctor sniffing. Oh, I don't know. See, they're so bloody smug. At least at the moment, he hasn't waved his sonic screwdriver about. Not the cat. Don't take the cat. Okay, so that explains the banner because the Olympic flames running down ordinary street. Okay. I can't remember if they actually did that. It's 10 years ago now, the London Olympics, and I cannot remember if they run them down any ordinary residential streets or not. And whilst this is quite a boring piece of television here, sorry, I'm not engaged with this at all. I think I was certainly cynical about London 2012, but when it actually happened, it was actually a very good event. I think that was the last time we actually felt proud to be British, actually. 10 years ago. How about that? It's all been downhill ever since. I think we peaked at that point. We really did. Yeah. Wouldn't it have gone as soon as she drew it? I don't know. Oh, just so we get a cat disappearing noise. Okay. Dramatic purpose. Almost Tommy Cooper like that. Okay. This is not going to be my best commentary, if I'm honest, because there is not a lot happening. Unfortunately, she can't do angry. I don't blame her. I blame the director. I blame the writer. They should have just changed, got more out of her. And I'm not blaming the actor playing Chloe Webber here. I really am not. This was obviously done on the rush as well. No, okay, classic horror trope. You don't open the door, so you must open the door. What is that on Rosie's shoulder? Was she turned around a minute ago? Look like a cock and balls. So that's a good. Oh, finally, sonic screwdriver. Oh dear, the hugging, the hugging. Oh dear. I remember rightly, this was just graphite, wasn't it? No, you couldn't find everything on the sonic screwdriver. Why didn't you just use that? So I like that little effect, rubbing it out. That looks good. No, I quite like that. That was a nice little effect, that. And again, a nice idea. It's there's so many good sort of ideas that just didn't pay off for me, and this is another one of them. Look, it's like a cock and balls on the back of a jacket. Doctor Who gets racy. Oh, as if that would work. You'd slam the door in their face. Oh dear. There are so many things that I just winds me up about this story, let alone the way this is put together. And wait till you get to the end. Oh dear, I just wonder if I still have the same reaction as I did all those years ago. Oh dear. Oh dear. This isn't. So I'm trying to get my phone to work so I can see, pull up any other facts. Now, I think some of the reviews at the time. This actually had 7.14 million viewers, which I think Doctor Who could only dream about getting now, unfortunately. An audience appreciation index of 83, which is again quite high for this story, actually. But it did receive praise for its acting, maybe not for the Chloe Webber character. But they said the plot was formulaic and ordinary and just plods along. And I think this one's probably more for kids, I think, rather than a jaded adult like myself. Which I think is probably correct, to be honest. Okay, so let's look at some of the other things it says here. So Matthew Graham does actually say this episode was aimed at children rather than adults. I think because of the dark sort of episode that sort of, or the two-parter that followed it. Yeah. So the paintings, the drawings, rather, the whole thing of them being creepy like that it's a nice idea. Just don't think it really pulled off. Yeah, now apparently, Abisola, I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. Please write in or let me know how you should pronounce it. It's Abisola Agbaji. I'm going to say it, or Agbaji, whatever. She was discovered an after-school drama club, and unfortunately, I think it shows. Again, if they just directed her better, maybe they would have got a better performance. And I say it's not her fault. It's not her fault. See, looks like a cock and balls. What is that on her jacket? This podcast probably has to be the biggest use of the phrase cock and balls. See, that's great. That's great. A literal monster in the closet. Hmm. Hmm. See, again, that's quite a dark theme. Abusive father. Oh dear. So, I don't mind the fact Rose is sort of taking the lead a little bit more, but see the Doctor being smug again. Now, do you know what, that little bit there with the bit with the jar? I can imagine sort of the Fourth Doctor and Sarah Jane doing something like that. Sort of very absent-minded and everything, just doing things without realising it could be offending someone. Yeah, sorry about the silence here, guys, because there's just not a lot happening. A lot of talk, which is fine. Probably not the best episode to do a commentary on, then, really, because there's not a lot else happening. There's an awful lot more than 3 children gone, isn't there? If you look at the drawings on her wall, it really was a Mr. Spot moment. There you go. It was my mind to your mind. They could have just treated her or given her a different voice or something, rather just get a whisper. It doesn't really work. I say this really is done on the cheap, this one. Oh, I wish I could be more positive about it. I hate being negative about Doctor, but there's just so much wrong with this story. You think, why do they pursue it? You know. It's the whispering. I don't like the whispering. So I like the idea of like things just drifting in space and just minding their own business and so again, nice idea. It's an alien child who play. They just want to play to alleviate the boredom. It's again, it's a universal idea, which but then it just goes all maudlin and saccharine and oh dear. So again, it's an interest. It's like a little plant, a flower. I like a cross between that and a um, jellyfish. I just like the idea. So again, the monster in the closet. I don't. If I remember right, they don't make enough of that. Why not? Why not burn the drawing? Don't know. Yeah, sort of like a trying to do like a domestic drama with a bit of sci-fi, missing children, and maybe there's too many ideas in there. I'm not sure. Did that happen? I can't remember what happened. What really happened at the Olympics was there a queue a week long to get into the opening of the Olympics. I don't remember this, but I remember the doctor disappearing, but that's about it. I don't remember the rest of it. Don't know, I just didn't say take her home. I can't remember. I really can't remember what happens now. Oh dear. Yeah, kids could be so and so's. Why? Why would kids hide pencils inside dolls? I don't know. See, I'd forgotten this was the episode where he just casually mentioned he had a family to Rose, and I'd totally forgotten about that. It was this episode. I thought it was something else. It's because I don't watch this at all. I've not watched it since 2006. Well, actually, no, tell a lie. I watched it the last time Paul and I reviewed it for the podcast. Well, that happened quickly. See, that's interesting. But what made it more interesting if it had more money was to show the Doctor trapped interacting with the drawings, which I think would have been more. Oh dear. I don't just actually understand what they're doing in the street, actually. Why are they. Oh, Rose, you've been thick. He just gave you the clue. Big lump in the ground. Now, I currently work for a council. That's the sort of mentality. That's council property, that is. Leave that alone. The adenoidy voices. I have to phone the office. That's what you happen now. Oh dear. Now we have Hugh Edwards, well-known newsreader Hugh Edwards, trying to act. I don't know it's any better than when we had the World War Three Aliens of London episode with that actor trying to be a newsreader very badly. Not you too, Bob. Nice getting an actual newsreader to do it, but oh dear. Oh, I don't know. Oh dear. Sorry, this just is not working for me. So our kitten's just walked in the room, so. What's this Rosie's shining moment? Here's Johnny. Oh dear, it's the writing, it's terrible. Oh dear, the writing is terrible. Oh dear. Oh dear, why did they get poor Hugh to say that tripe? Sorry, I can't help it. There'd be a police escort. Where's the police escort? I just knocked the kid out. Sorry, I just actually said to knock a kid out then, didn't I? Was that much at stake? You would really, wouldn't you? Oh dear, never mind. Oh, feel the love. Oh God. Oh dear, oh dear. Just like that. Oh, it's nice to see all the children come back again. But as I say, there was a darn sight more than 3 people missing out of that street. See what I mean? There's loads coming back now. No, for some reason he ends up at the Olympics. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't understand why the dad's picture is still alive. I don't understand how this is happening, really. I really don't. So the idea of a creepy shadow is fine, but again, if they had more money, they could have just shown the animated thing coming towards them, which would have been very effective, actually. Yes, okay. Well, there you are. Oh dear. That's what I mean. I really didn't like the Rose and Doctor. I know lots of people loved it. Um, I didn't. I need a doctor. Oh dear. The Olympic dream is dead. Oh my God. It's hope, it's courage, and it's love. Love. Hot Olympic love. Oh dear. So that's all it needed, was that little thing to say, go on, go and join your brothers and sisters, they're waiting. That would have been fine. Oh dear. I must be honest, I don't think I've had a fairy cake with the little ball bearings on the top for donkey's years. You come up with that, ball bearings you can eat. It's true, actually. Okay, Doctor and Rose being smug. There's a storm coming. Ooh, not a storm. Something coming. They are too. Oh no, it is a storm. I was right. It was the storms are coming. Oh well. Well, there you are. That's the end of that. It's playing out with the trailer for Doomsday and everything now. So I'm not going to talk about that. Well, there we are. There we are. That was Fear Her. Not entirely sure what I thought of that. Actually, I'm just going to let the trailer play out and the end credits and everything. Um, yeah, got a funny thing. Maybe I should have done a commentary for these two instead. But oh well, never mind. Never mind. What did I think after all this time of? It's been an awful long time since the last watched Fear Her. I'm not entirely sure whether it still doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. I think it's just, as I say, a lot of ideas in there. Too many ideas, perhaps, that I think just didn't quite pay off. Really, and this is a bloody long trailer as well. Yeah, I don't know. I think the directing could have been better. It wasn't well written. It was obviously done as a, what do they call it? A oh, there's a term for it. Sort of like it's an not oversubscribed or something, but I don't know. But yeah, it's a shame we never still haven't got that Stephen Fry story. If I'm perfectly honest with you. But so I'm just going to pause the credits. I don't really want to watch them now. There we go. Yeah, I'm not entirely. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it really. As I said, there's a lot of good ideas. Didn't really go anywhere. Putting a child actor at the centre of your story is always a risky thing to do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Unfortunately, in this case, it just didn't quite work for me. I dare say it will do for others. It's just my personal opinion. I don't know if she's gone on to act in other things. It's just the fact that a wiki entry has, well, hasn't got anything other than this, which is a shame, really. I don't like to see, you know, this is their one shot at stardom, and it's not well received. by adults anyway. I'd actually like to see what Scott thinks of this. Actually, without me being there, I don't want to sort of colour his judgment because he does tend to sort of follow my lead sometimes. But there you go. But there we are. That's that. I hope you sort of watched along at home and sort of made your own minds up about this one. It just wasn't for me. I'm just going to pop my headphones off a minute. So there we go. Yeah. So that's it, really. That's it. So I don't think I'll be revisiting that one, anytime soon. I'm so sorry. I really do hate being negative about Doctor Who. It's not something I enjoy doing because it's a program I love watching and always have and always will do. But this just wasn't one of the better stories, unfortunately, and it was a bit of filler, and it showed. As I say, I think if they'd have thought about it a bit more, maybe dial back some of the ideas. There was just too many because it was set around the Olympics, missing children, monsters in closets. You had the alien hiding inside a child and the loneliness and everything. Yeah, I think there's just a few too many ideas there that didn't really stick the landing come the end. And some of the dialogue wasn't great either. I mean, as I said, it's about hope, it's about character, it's about love. I mean, it's really maudlin and saccharine and not for me. I'm afraid that one not for me. But hey ho. So anyway, there we go. That's the end of this little short episode of the Who's He podcast. We'll be back at some point. I mean, Paul and I will be back in September. Whether Scott and I will be back before then, we shall see, because September's not that far away. And of course, Scott and I will also be going to the Hooverville convention in Derby on the 3rd of September, which I know Scott is insanely excited about. So maybe we shall do a little podcast about that when we get back. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, until next time then, it's goodbye from me, Phil, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.